to put the part where I forgot the part where I actually put the URL on where they can click.
Mm-hmm.
I always HTTP S colon backslash. Oh, it's been going this whole time.
Excellent.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so this is recording. Okay, we're live. How exciting. It even says live. Hi, and welcome to Talkward. I'm Marty Dundix, editor-in-chief of Weekly Humorous Magazine, and this is Talkward, a fun little podcast where professionally funny people come to tell awkward and cringeworthy stories. Mm-hmm. And today I'm very excited about my guest, Sally Ann Hall.
Hello.
Well, hi. Sally Ann is a hilarious stand-up comedian based in New York City. Would you consider yourself also a writer?
I would. I don't know if anyone else would, but I very much identify as a writer. But that
so she's a writer and performer, extraordinaire. Is there a third thing? Is there a third thing in comedy?
I do. I'm getting a little bit into acting, but goddamn, am I bad at it? Oh, I'm so bad.
I feel like in today's world, everybody who does stand up ends up having to do some sort of acting. Or if you're a performer, if you're like a UCB improv person, that's the only people you see in TV commercials these days are the comedians.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I'm like, I can be funny, but like if you... Like, I have to audition all the time as mom, which I'm like, I'm about to be 29 tomorrow, so like...
You don't look old enough to be mom.
I couldn't agree more, but I constantly am being cast as like a mom for like little web things just because they're like, oh, we just want a funny, goofy person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll do that.
You're a TV mom, which is like TV friendly. So it's like, she's younger than you'd expect, but it's what we want the TV audiences to think is a
and my husband's
hip mom.
A huge, fat old dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what the people want to see. They want to see their version of reality. It could happen to them. Look at the television. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, now that women
Jim
are getting...
Belushi lived that for years on whatever his show was. All of them.
I watched that
The Honeymooners? I think it started with The Honeymooners.
I mean, fucking, can I swear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Fucking King of Queens, all that.
I'm going to lose all of my public school affiliates, but fine.
No, I mean, it'd be nice to be in that category because they usually just cast hot women.
Yeah.
And I just think of myself as like goofy. So if I'm considered hot, that would be a huge step up.
It's like a hot goofy. Goofy hot.
Please let that be a type.
It's like a type where if you're more goofy than hot, it's goofy hot. Or is she hot but goofy?
Oh yeah.
So it's like there's a different slight scale.
Like when they cast like Megan Fox in like a comedy.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, shut up.
She's like, I'm just a nerd, and you're like, shut up.
Exactly.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything about pain.
Oh my God. Yes.
So you do a lot of stand-up. I met you because you're a stand-up comedian in New York City, and I booked a show called Guaranteed Delivery, which is in the beautiful mailroom downtown 110 Wall Street. Next show, November 7th. And you did that show, but I had seen you at other shows. That's how I find the fabulous talent of people that come to the show, is I go to tons of free shows all over New York. There's bar shows.
I feel like you have a camera in my shower or something. You're like, I've seen you everywhere before.
I've seen you so many angles.
To be fair, in my shower, that's when I do my best stuff. So
you have to subscribe for that one, guys. That is pay. That's not the free show. But I saw you at the Comedy at the Corner, which is at the Hungry Ghost Coffee Shop.
Yes.
Which is a teeny-weeny little coffee shop. And Keenan Steiner books and performs at a great show 2 times a month, I think.
Yeah, that's a great show.
And it's like a tiny, tiny, tiny venue. And sometimes there's a tiny, tiny, tiny audience. But he always gets really talented people to go. To be in the show. And you did it, and you had won, was it Laughing Devil?
I did. I won the Laughing Devil.
Yeah.
And She-Devil.
The She-Devil Comedy Fest. I was a judge at both of those things before.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Amazing. Well, the She-Devil, I'm going to be headlining in this next one coming up next week. So not competing anymore. Thank God.
Is that the She Devil one? Mm-hmm. So that's all female comedy.
Yep.
It's like all over the country people come in.
Dude, yeah.
Right?
Great comedians from all over the place.
Yeah. But you don't have to, because you won it. So now you don't have to perform.
Yeah, fuck that.
Now you're
competing is
headlining
so stressful. Now I just get to show up and watch all the other people be nervous and wait for their results and be like, bye.
And how long have you been doing? Like, how long did it take for you to be doing the festivals, and then winning, and then moving to that next level of featuring,
of performing?
How long have you been doing this?
I've been, I would say maybe the first time I picked up a microphone and did an open mic was about 5 years ago, but it took me about a year for me after that to actually start hustling and getting in the grind, as they say. And then, so probably 2 years into comedy, I started applying for festivals and just getting rejected a lot. And
did you travel a lot to do? Because they have them all over. There's a big one.
Yeah.
Is it South Carolina?
Yes, I did. Well,
there's one. What's that called?
There's several in North Carolina.
Okay.
There's Asheville. There's North Carolina Comedy Festival, which I did. There's Cape Fear, which rejected me once. And then they accepted me, but I didn't have time to go. But
how long is the tape that you have to send for these festivals?
5 to 10 minutes typically.
Okay.
They typically don't watch past 5, but I like to make a nice 7-minute tape.
And they get kind of a bad rap sometimes because there's pros and cons for these festivals because in one end of it looks like a money making pyramid scheme. Mm-hmm. And then the other end of it, you do get the exposure.
And then you do get those credits. When, for me, I didn't have a single comedy credit. I saw a festival, and I was like, okay, use some of those airline miles.
Yeah.
And so, I did a competition. I like competition festivals because you do actually have a chance to move up. And my first competition was in Seattle.
And, you like the fist fighting.
I do.
People don't talk about the fist fighting part of the comedy competitions, but it is the bloodlust fun side.
Yes, and I'm weak, but I have a long reach, so people don't expect me coming.
And you scratch. You scratch.
My nails. Don't even get me. They're perfect. They're very long, and they do a lot of damage. But I didn't make it anywhere in my first competition, and in many competitions, I continued to not make it anywhere. But that's fine. That's just another thing. But once you get some competitions on your belt and you end up doing well, then you end up getting booked. And so honestly, just the more that you do, the greater chance that one of them you're going to win or get second place or something.
And it's a fun starting point for so many people who have the talent, but they haven't got the exposure yet.
Yes.
So they get to go. And for some people who have no talent, but they just have the heart, they can try. And they get the opportunity to try, and then maybe not do well, but at least they tried, and they got the audience, and they got the participation, and they got to give it a shot.
And you learn,
and maybe they want to keep going, but it's a great first way to throw yourself into a big audience
and see what you can do. And it actually really shows you what your weaknesses are when people and you're like, oh, that person is better at these kind of jokes. They're responding more. You learn how to be better.
And you got to be funny in it's 5 minutes. Or less, right?
Yeah, showcasing.
When I was judging,
tough.
It was so hard because it's so hard to get your premises out there in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and just, burp, burp, burp. You pretty much had to go up there with one joke.
Yeah, you're I want to be funny, I want to be original, I want to show who I am, I want to have a unique point of view, I want my jokes to be tight, I want that I want them to see more of me. There's all these things, and so you're of all the jokes that you have, you're what are my tightest, funniest, blah 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 blah. And then, you can see someone go ahead of you and do, the exact same joke. And you're damn it! Now I have to quickly pick another one.
And then, but do you learn quickly how to be more polished? Do you by looking at all those people perform, you're oh, they got it. They have it more together than I do.
Yes.
That's much better.
Yes.
You have strong... It's I have strong jokes, but I'm not delivering them right yet, you know? I feel that's what as an observer of comedy, when I go and see people, you can see someone who has a really funny idea, but they're delivering it absolute garbage right now. But then you watch someone else who maybe doesn't even have good material, but their presence is so good. You're oh, they're confident.
Yeah, some people are just naturally funny, naturally confident, stage... Because you get judged on stage presence, originality, comfortability. These are all the categories and all these competitions. Some people who maybe have not that tight of jokes just can get up there. I saw a guy who won Napoleon Emil. He won March Madness at Caroline's. I remember he walked on stage, he just goes, hello, and everyone fucking died. Yeah. And I was that's a fucking comedian. That's, and he also has great written jokes, but I was oh, if you can make someone laugh from a hello, you're good.
You have them.
Yeah.
They were already into you and you've done pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Everything you say from now on is going to be great. That's how maybe 2 shows ago, Kendra Cunningham was on. Do you know her?
I don't.
She's has kind of she's like a Boston bartender kind of a shtick.
Awesome.
And she's been doing comedy a very long time, and she's very, very funny. And she just has her own style, and she builds to it. And it maybe the audience was kind of like, ha, 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 ha. But then she makes them love her, and then they're so invested in her that everything she says kills, you know?
Perfect.
She barely has to say it. She barely says a joke, and they're just dying. And you're just like, oh, that's amazing.
That's great.
You can just wrap them around your finger like that. That's how Wendy Starling is, too. I feel like, do you know Wendy?
Oh, yeah. I know of her. We're not close.
She's a legend, that Wendy Starling.
She is. She is. She's very funny.
She's very funny. And then also, do you know Micah Fox? Do you know Micah Fox?
Micah Fox, yeah. I just was on her show Live from Outer Space.
At the Cobra Club?
At Cobra Club.
How's that?
That's a great show. I've done it twice. I love that show. It's an awesome show.
I think she's very funny, too. She was just on Guaranteed Delivery last week. I feel like she's just so funny and honest and fast. Like, she's just like,
very quick. Yeah.
Very quick. Yeah, these are my favorite people. There's so many funny comedians in New York. I feel like there's so many great comedy. You could see so much good stuff.
I'm constantly discovering new awesome comedians who have been around forever that you just kind of missed, and then you just run into the same people all the time sometimes. Yeah.
That's how all you stand-ups, you guys have this great, huge network.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the way that I find people for my shows is you have to talk to other people because you have to get recommendations. Because, unless I want someone to back this person up, like, oh yeah, you should book them. They're really good. It's like, okay, if you think they're good, then
that's,
you know what I mean. Like,
honestly, like, because people always ask me, like, how do starting out comics go from not getting booked to getting booked? And this, I mean, like, not just in like famous comedy clubs. I mean, just like bar shows that other comedians produce.
Like Halyards has a great, like, Bitches Brew is a great Friday show. I love it. I live in Park Slope, so it's very convenient. It's kind of like the Gowanus area. Oh. It's a great bar. Halyards is a great bar. The great back room.
And like I got booked on that show a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hell fucking yeah, I was so excited. It was like I was like as excited if someone was like, hey, this comedy club just passed you. You know, I like this. It's the same level because some of these bar shows have a lot more clout than comedy clubs in New York. So
Halyards, they get names to drop in, but then they also get new people. You know, you never know who's going to be there, but they always have a great lineup.
Always. And it's all from, like you said, recommendations. People knowing you, like, just being like, be around, and that will get you. Because then people who are just comedians on your level will approach you and ask you. Yeah. Also, if you book a show, that really helps to get booked. I ran a show for about a year before people started booking me. So you just got to put in your time. You really do.
And you still book a show called Left Breast?
Left Breast Comedy Hour. Yes, it's still going. It's with my friend Kimberly De Niro, super funny, also a female comedian like myself. And it's all women or like trans, non-binary, like any like non-dude person can perform.
I'm hearing that non-binary word a lot.
Yeah, because we don't want to be like anyone who identifies as women or basically just who doesn't identify as a man is fine. Yeah. So that's the show that we book, and it's really funny. But it took a lot of like venues.
What is a cis man? I've heard that before, and I've never asked, but people always say it. I'm like, I feel like it's happened so much now that I feel like an idiot asking what this is.
And I'm actually a great person to ask because I actually studied women and gender studies in college. Cis is basically just a way to decentralize the norm because we'd be like, oh, heteronormative. Basically, it's like, because the normal is not named, cis is the name for it. So if you're cisgender, it is you identify as a gender that people assume that you are, that you were born with, or that the doctors told you.
So a
you
cis
were a
man
boy,
is just a man. Stereotypical.
Exactly. And if you're a cissexual or something, like, then you are like hetero.
It's interesting though, because coming from someone who doesn't know anything, you hear the word cis and you think it's short for sissy.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Which is completely hilarious. The opposite of what you're saying.
Totally. It's it's basically just a way to be like, we don't want to call you normal, but we want to just have a name so that you are not considered the standard. Yeah. So that you are othered in a way, and that people
you should just call normal dudes. Just call them dicks.
Oh, we have for many years.
I know,
in
right?
My circles.
Exactly. Just call them that.
Douche, dicks, all that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But like I can be, but I'm like a cis woman and a cissexual because I'm straight and I identify as female and woman and all of those if you will.
Basic.
Oh, I'm a cis basic bitch for sure.
Basic bitch.
Yeah.
How long have you been in New York?
8 years. 8 years.
Does it feel like 8 years, or do you feel like you're just off the boat?
Oh God, no. Actually, my sister just came to town for the first time.
You seem like a normal Midwesterner.
Yeah, I definitely have that vibe, but I'm also a raging cunt, and I think that, that's where New York comes in. My sister she left town this morning. She was visiting me for a week. She'd never been to New York before. She's from Idaho and Alaska, like I am. And
you're from Alaska?
Yes, that's where I was born and bred, my friend. Yeah,
I said Midwest, and I was way off.
No, but I get that all the fucking time. Like it's not culturally so different.
You
it's
guys
just
can
a bunch
see
of
Russia
white people
from your house.
From Sarah Palin's house, yeah. You know, fun fact, Sarah Palin never said that. I will say, I'm not a fan of hers, but that is not an actual direct quote.
I wanted to defend the fact that Russia is very close to Alaska.
Oh, no, like...
They used to be connected before everything broke apart.
Yeah.
That's how people traveled between those two areas.
Girl, you're telling me.
You know?
I mean, there's a lot of Russian culture left over when I
Is
was
there
in
a,
Alaska. Like,
is there a Russian population in
yeah, there's
Alaska?
like Russian Orthodox churches. We grew up. We would like play with like Matryoshka dolls. Those like Russian
you said
nesting
it so
dolls.
Russian-y.
Matryoshka.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and like.
Do you have babushkas?
Grandmas?
In Russia?
We know what. Yes, some people have them. I'm
Hungarian.
Ooh, very
so
exotic.
My Hungarian grandmother, Mimi, had babushkas.
Oh.
We made lots of chicken paprikash and goulash and all kinds of
Look at you, so culturally rich.
Yeah.
My ancestors
it's why my face is so fat. I'm Hungarian.
But when my ancestors were actually from Sweden and Norway. So they were just like, where's a shitty place that we can live? Because this was in like the fucking 1800s.
Because a lot of those immigrants from Sweden, they went to the upper Midwest.
Yeah, so they kind of moved there. They were basically giving out free land in Alaska. So we came out and we homesteaded. But yeah, a lot of people came through Canada and Wisconsin and all that bullshit.
Alaska, that is so interesting. Mm-hmm. What kind of work does your family do in Alaska? Like, what's the industry in Alaska?
My family is largely in home building, so like construction and stuff. Yeah, that's the hall quality homes and hall quality builders.
Is this your family business?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's it called? Oh, Hall, H-A-L.
My last name.
H-A-L-L, Hall Quality
Homes. And hall quality builders. There's a lot. And then, but yeah.
What's the website? hallqualityhomes.com?
I think so, probably.
Check them out. If you're building a home in Alaska, you can't get better than Hall Quality Homes. This podcast is brought to you by hallqualityhomes.com. If your house fell down in Alaska, it wasn't a hall. Moving on. I'm here with Sally Ann Hall, if you're just tuning in on the live feed. This is Talkward.
Hall quality heiress. No.
She's the hall. She comes from the Hall Quality Home fortune.
Oh, God, no.
How big is your family in Alaska?
Oh, well, my mom and my dad's side are there. So
you've been there for generations.
Yeah, I'm a third-generation Alaskan.
Wow.
I have a lot of family members who still think Alaska shouldn't be a state, and that's what they're most angry about.
It could be its own country, for sure.
Well, they were there when it was a territory, and they're like, stay out my business, and that's kind of the Alaska way.
Yeah, they're
stay
very
out my fucking business.
Well, they're so far away from the continental U.S.,
and
right?
They are so thrilled about that.
You always have to pay for extra shipping and things like that. Anytime there's a deal,
that's why you
it's
kill
always
it
like,
yourself in Alaska.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime there's anything like a Subway sandwich promotion or a Burger King ad, it's always like blah blah blah. Not in Alaska, or not only in the continental United States.
The lower 48 is
lower
what
48.
we call you mainland pussies. Yeah.
Do you?
We do. We say it with disdain.
And if you are a native Alaskan, is that Inuit?
Oh, that's a tribe. Yes, that is a tribe. There's many native Alaskan tribes. So you can be Inuit. There's Athabaskan. There's Tlingit, there's Aleutian, the Aleuts for the Aleutian Islands. This is stuff that I learned.
That's right, the Aleutian Islands. People don't really think about or know about very much, there's a whole bunch of islands off of the coast of Alaska.
Well, yeah, that's the whole chain, and that goes very
Have
close
you been
to Russia.
there?
Never been to any of the Alaskan islands. I stayed in the Kenai Peninsula. That's the little ball sack of Alaska, if you're looking at a map.
Can you take like a boat to the Aleutian Islands?
Absolutely. I mean,
is it like a
lot
long
of
trip?
planes?
Is it a lot of planes?
Well, there's a lot of. I'm sure there's some that you can get to. Honestly, I moved to Idaho when I was 10, so all of my observations about Alaska are from the eyes of a child. And I'm like, yes, and it gets cold, and your mom makes you eat vegetables. It's the worst.
So you moved to Idaho.
Mm-hmm. That's where I went to high school, and that's yeah. So,
but you still have family in Alaska.
Yep, most of my family, yeah. But my immediate family's in Idaho.
What made that happen?
Well, that's where my dad is originally from.
Okay.
So literally all over the Northwest, I just have a bunch of super white, trashy family.
And you have a sister.
Yes, and she just came to New York, and she was like fucking blown away. And seeing her react, that's how I'm like, oh, I've changed a lot in these 8 years.
Yeah.
I'm a different person now, because she kept being like, sorry. And I'm like, one sorry will do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if that.
We're done now. We don't need this.
Oh, God. But like her on the subway. Oh, God. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. And I'm consider myself like a nice kind of Midwestern type lady. And I was just like, you let people off first before you. I scream that in people's faces. Yeah. I do. I go, you let people off first.
You scream this at random strangers?
Who don't follow the rules. I absolutely do. I absolutely. And see, now they know, because I got yelled at when I first moved here. And then I'm like, thank you, lady, for yelling at me.
I had my sister and her 2 children and her husband came into the city to visit for Saturday to Sunday. And we ended up going to the Statue of Liberty.
That's where we went to.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I went on a brunch cruise around the Statue of Liberty. It was actually the most fun I've ever had.
Oh, well, we did the official Statue of Liberty tour, which is, and we go to Ellis Island. And if you want to feel like a abused immigrant coming to this country, take the Statue of Liberty tour, because you were like shuffled into so many lines and poked and prodded through security, and then you wait such a long time to kind of wander around Ellis Island, and then you just go home. It's like, if you want the experience of the immigration experience in the 1800s, just take this tour, because it's so long. It was fun. Dude. And they did fine on the subway. They quietly. I was like, hold on to the poles. Hold on to the pole. Don't bother anybody. Like they were like taking up too much space in a seat, and she was kind of like my niece was kind of pushing on to this random stranger who was like trying to give her more space, and I was like, Madeline, no, just let him have more space. And she was like, okay.
That's so. My brother-in-law came as well, and he'd never been to New York, and he was just like, every time he saw a woman on the subway, he's like, should I give her my seat? Should I give her my seat? What's the protocol? And it's like, if you want, like, she's young.
If she's pregnant or old.
She's young and fertile. Like, who cares? Maybe. Like, do what you want.
Maybe, yeah. It's a judgment call.
Yeah, and I'm like, no one's going to look down on you. But he's just like, gotta do the polite thing. I'm like, oh, that doesn't matter here.
It doesn't matter. It kind of matters. Like, someone will judge you, but like most of the
protocol.
time.
We don't need the frill. We don't need the, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you so much. We need you to be quick and out of our
fast.
way.
Yeah. Someone else I was talking to who was a Midwestern person said something like, she said, people in New York are nice, but like in a mean way. Like, people in the Midwest are actually fake nice, but they're actually mean behind your back. But in New York, they're nice to you, but like they'll shout it at you and then keep going. You know, like they'll say something helpful, but like, I don't have time to stop and talk to you. I'll tell you if you're going uptown or downtown, and I'll tell you if you're getting on the wrong train. I'll be like, no, this is downtown. Get off this train. And I'll like pretty much push them away.
And that's exactly why I moved to New York and was like, these are my people. This is what I love. Because people are like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, I'm so sorry. You know, I just got off. And I'm like, I don't need your life story. What do you want? Like, what do you want? Tell me what you want.
Quickly, now,
where's
as
the bathroom?
we walk.
Upstairs.
As we walk and talk. As we walk. Gotcha.
I literally have like said, people are like, excuse me, ma'am, can you talk? And I say, you have 5 seconds. That's a thing that I say in real life.
I don't have time for this.
To be fair, that's usually when a man approaches me, because as every woman knows, a guy goes, excuse me, miss, you're like, you got 5 seconds to prove to me you're not a creep. Like, prove, if you want to, if you're like, oh, look at this map, and I go, okay, take a left, take a right. But then if they go, how are you? I'm like, kill yourself. Fuck off. Like, you are done.
Someone outside out of this building here, they had the clipboard and they were wearing some kind of thing to promote either animals or adopting children or oceans or something, and I don't know. And the guy looked at me and he was like, I hate it when they make eye contact because I look like a friendly person.
Yes,
and he's like,
do.
And he goes like, he's like, sir, you look like a friendly person. I'm like, not today. I'm sorry. I'm like, not today. I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm not today.
These dimples are just for show.
And I walk right through. I'm like, not today. I'm not. And he's like, oh, that guy. I'm like, I got to get to lunch. You'll get me later. I know you will. And I'll nod and smile, and I'll still not give you any money. But I appreciate what you're doing.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, but oh God, no, I don't stop. I'm just like, I'll just go online and donate if I feel like it.
I felt terrible outside. There was actually one normal-looking woman who was collecting for something, and then her partner was another woman who was wearing a big, like, medical mask. Like, she was afraid of the germs. And I was like, oh, no one's going to talk to you.
Oh, that's...
Like, no one's talking to you, man.
If only
I'm
to
sorry.
be like, well, what's up with the mask?
Right, just like, if I didn't already want to avoid you, this is going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you have or what you think I have, but we're not talking today.
Oh my God. I remember after the election, like a lot of people did, I like set up like a donation to Planned Parenthood, like monthly thing. And now I just get all these fucking emails. But so I was seeing like a Planned Parenthood person being like, do you have like a second to like defend women's rights? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm busy, but like I just want you to know, like I already, like I'm on your team.
Yeah.
Like I already do that. And she was like, well, you can like stop and give more. And I was like, bitch.
She's like, I got a
quota.
quota.
Me and I'm on your side.
She
Get the
doesn't care.
fuck out of here.
All they have is a quota.
But then I was so fucking dumb because I was just like, but pat me on the back for already being a donor. Like,
I already do so much to help your cause.
And then I lost my debit card, and they're like, update your payment information. And I was like, oh, that's a whole thing.
How about? Yeah, that is a whole thing. How about we just walk away from this now, and I never have to do this again. That's how I tried to quit a gym, and then they somehow got my new debit information. I was like, wait, because I had to get a new like Bank of America card, and I thought, well, this will just end things easily. Like I'll just never pay them again, and then I'll get to leave.
You.
And then it was like, oh, we updated it. I'm like, wait, who gave you all of my debit information? Oh, Bank of America did. I'm like, God damn it, Bank of America. Now I have to go in and officially quit this gym.
Yes.
I was at a bad point, and I don't know if other people do this, where I was actually a member of like 3 gyms at the same time, and I didn't go to any of them.
Yeah.
And it was a point of shame. And quitting gyms, like officially quitting gyms and getting that gumption, I felt better quitting a gym than I ever felt joining a gym. Like you felt good joining a gym because you think you're going to do all these things and be all healthy and lose all this weight, and you don't. You fail. But it's always like, well, how much money is it costing me a month to not go to the gym? And I finally found a gym. I think it's like Blink Fitness, and it's like $12 a month or something.
That's where I go, bitch.
It's an incredible place because I can pay them, not go, and feel great about myself.
Oh, absolutely. Because every time I if you go out of town on like the road or a festival or something, I'm always like, I'm here for a week. I'll see if there's like a local gym. And then like the day pass is always like $15. I'm like, that's my entire month at Blink Fitness.
Yeah. I love it.
And my Blink Fitness is literally right next to my house.
That's great.
And I still barely fucking go.
Yeah, I never go.
It's nuts. And I have nothing to do. I work at night, so my days are always free. So it's like, I should be in amazing shape, and I won't. I refuse.
Because you're busy creating new stand-up comedy content. You don't have time.
Horizontal in my bed watching TV all day.
What do you watch when you're doing nothing all day? You Netflix?
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm a big episodic TV show. Love TV shows. So I just
do you watch comedies or do you watch dramas? I feel like a lot of comedy people watch dramas.
I watch it all. I fucking watch it all. I love it. A lot of like HBO, a lot of streaming stuff. I
like the Bored to Death. Did you ever see Bored to Death?
Bored to Death's a great series.
Great show.
Great series.
Only 3 seasons. I couldn't believe it. So funny.
Really funny, really unique.
Took place in Park Slope. Had mystery. Had adventure. Had Ted Danson.
Yes. Oh, love. Good Place. I'm watching. Love anything with fucking Ted Danson. I never watched Cheers growing up, so
wow. I
recently just started that's like my wind down. I just smoke a lot of pot and I just watch Cheers and I fucking laugh my fucking head off because I'm not one of those like snobs where I'm like, oh, this is not my brand of comedy. I'm like,
right.
For what? This is very good.
It's good
sitcom writing.
Yeah,
I can't like How I Met Your Mother. Even I got a little like I don't know how much I can fucking watch all that, but every fucking episode is like so funny. I loved their jokes, and also I'm really high when I watch it. So
it's clever. It is clever, And then even they started rerunning like Frasier. Frasier's funny.
Frasier's good.
And then I was watching accidentally some Big Bang Theory last week because I was like turning on the TV and it was already on
Never
CBS.
got into that.
And I was watching it and I'm like, these jokes are so bad and the laughter was so canned.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so different than like a Cheers.
Yeah.
You know, like where it seemed like the audience was actually laughing versus what is being kind of like forced at you now.
Oh,
like,
and
this is when you laugh.
and-
You laugh now. And you're like, I guess I'm laughing because I feel like I have to.
And Friends, I think, was a lot like that, but
Yeah.
I will defend Friends to
I
the
love
death.
Friends.
Friends is great. I that is 100% the reason I moved to New York.
Yeah.
And it still is. And now everyone dresses like they did on Friends, so it's just like
Yeah,
come full circle for
things
me.
definitely came back. The 90s came back.
And I live in Williamsburg, so in a very big way for me.
What I started seeing is people putting photographs online that have the developed at like the Kodak date and time in the photo. Like it was made, like it was actually, like the hipster kids are now getting real pictures developed and then like scanning them or taking photos of them, and that's their Instagram.
Yes.
Which I think is hilarious because that's how, you know, it's like, it's finally like my Match.com photos are becoming not really old. They're just hip now because like the photos are so old on my dating profile that they have the little photos, they have the little date at the bottom
And
where I
they're
got
like,
them
they're like,
developed.
oh, he's so kitschy. Like, it's
yeah,
not.
yeah, it's not actually from 2000 and just 2000. It's not just from 1999. He must have just been using a vintage camera. It's like, no, he's vintage.
Oh my God. It's crazy that I don't feel like I'm so much. I'm just a couple years older than I would say a lot of people in comedy that I hang out like 25, 26 year olds. But I'm like, I feel like so much has happened. Like they don't remember going to high school parties and like taking a disposable camera and then going and like developing that. Like I was at high school parties where that happened. And when I moved to New York 8 years ago, like smartphones weren't really a thing. I was navigating the city looking at like maps made of paper.
Yeah, we had paper maps. They worked.
But like 25-year-olds who like they're literally just like I don't even remember a life without Instagram. Like it's crazy.
The only thing that I like about the future that I would say changed my life completely was turn-by-turn navigation in cars.
Holy shit.
Like I used to get so, because people would say like, what did we do before turn by turn? And people would say, oh, we got along okay. And I would say, no, we didn't get along okay. I got very lost. Like I would get lost for hours in my car, just screaming. Like
asking for directions used to be a thing.
I used to never, but I wouldn't ask. I would ask for directions when I was like hours late.
No, because you're a man, and that's
Yeah.
a real stereotype that is
It's
kind of
so
gone
true.
now, but it's very much true.
Yeah. I would never stop and ask for
But like,
directions.
remember those big ass atlases on road trips?
Yeah.
You have to pull over, get it out, put it over the hood of your car, and be like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah. Now everything is so easy. Like you don't even think about directions. You're like, oh, I'm just going to go wherever this robot's telling me to
I
go.
literally was like on my way out the door, and I go, okay, where the fuck am I going again?
Yeah.
And it was just no problem.
No problem at all. Amazing. So how do you come up with your comedy jokes? What would you say is if you had like to label yourself as a comedian?
I would say I'm much more personal than observational. Most of my observations are based on personal experience. I would say I have a very feminist lilt, but I do tend, because I come from a very conservative background.
Oh, so is everybody in the Alaska family very conservative?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Are they religious?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Very much so.
Are they still religious?
Oh, yeah.
Even the family in Idaho? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, I've got a pretty religious family. I would say more on my dad's side than my mom's, but
And
yeah.
what's their opinion of your comedy?
They're very supportive. Every time
That's
they've
nice.
seen me and do comedy, like when I go home to visit and stuff, or when I go to Seattle or something, they come and I have to change my set a great deal.
Yeah,
I
a
do.
great deal?
Well, they know that they've looked up all my stuff, so they know what I say.
Yeah.
But we just kind of pretend like we don't.
Yeah.
Like I can't say like, so sucking 1,000 dicks, right, Dad? Like I can't do
Yeah.
that. But I can say like, fuck and stuff. I think they would be one time. This is my mom's best review. My mom is like a very sweet, very proper woman. And she was like, after a show, she's like, well, that's my little girl talking about her boob hairs.
Every
And I was
mother's
like,
dream.
oh, you haven't even scratch the surface of like the dirty shit I talk about.
You're like, that's just my intro.
Yeah, literally.
That's just like me saying hello. That's like us shaking hands.
That's like my clean set. Like that's my family friendly TV set. I have a 2-minute joke called "Can you even handle this dick?" It's a 2-minute joke, and I'm like, for sure I can't say that in front of my parents. But like I know I do worry about that every day. Like if I have a special come out and my parents are going to watch it, I'm going to be like, just let me not be in that room when they watch it.
Do you have like a solid 10 minutes that you use for your late night set to submit to places?
Yeah,
that is
I
clean?
mean, I've got like at least 10 clean minutes for sure. But as far as what my late night set, like what I want to submit, there's like it's constantly changing and growing, and we're always trying to get that. And here's the thing, you have to keep updating your tapes. So I had like a really great like 7-minute tape, but it's 2 years old now. So I can't really use that. And I don't really want to. I kind of want to always, I try to always be writing and getting more things in. But yeah, there's certain jokes that are like the greatest hits that are like,
well, I mean, you have jokes that you have been doing for 2 years probably.
Oh God, yeah.
That are still like they always
for longer.
They're the hits.
Yeah.
So would you just retape those same jokes?
Yeah. So sometimes like
because now it has to be HD, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, some people are like, I have my Type 5 because that's really what a late night set is. It's like a nice Type 5. I tend to experiment a little bit more with Type 5s. Like if I'm in competitions where you have to do a bunch of Type 5s, I like to vary it up because I get very bored telling the same jokes all the time. But who knows? I haven't been on late night, so like I don't even know if that's a good fucking strategy.
But you will, obviously.
Yeah, do you know a guy?
If you did this show, this podcast is obviously a springboard for bigger and better things.
Seth Meyers, if you're listening, I'd love to do your show, and I'm available on Thursdays.
Thursdays specifically.
Yeah, that's other than that. Well, I'm sorry.
If it's Monday, no, she is busy.
I got plans.
She has a thing on that day. What else? You're doing your Left Breast comedy show once a month?
Yes, and the next one is October 17th on Wednesday at The Lantern, and we have amazing fucking comics. We have comics who have like hella TV credits. Kate Willett's on. She just had a Netflix special. Who else do we fucking book? Dude, we have so many amazing women every fucking
and you get to
month.
perform.
And I do. I get to perform a lot, and that's the reason I do it.
Absolutely.
I'm just like, look at us. We're all so talented. Us together in the same category. And they're like, you put you there.
You're like making the poster. You're like, I'll put my name a little bit higher. There it is.
Yeah, literally.
A little bit bigger font. There we go.
Yeah, because, sometimes we get written up, and then, like, one time they forgot to put mine and Kim's names on there. So we're like, should we change the name of our show to Left Breast with Kim and Sally Ann? Like,
did you?
Yes.
Yes. Have you done any of the roast battle type comedy?
I love roast battles. I actually just won a roast battle at Comedy Fight Club on last Sunday, like yesterday, 2 days ago. What day is it?
Tuesday.
I've been drunk the whole time. My sister's been in town. My sister loves roast battles. So I was like, okay, I'll do a roast battle when you're here. I'll make sure that I get one.
Okay.
And yeah. And
who did you have to scream at?
Anthony Passaretti, and it went to overtime, and I got him in the end, but it was a really great fight. And I love jokes against me. Here's my favorite one that Anthony Passaretti said. He was like, because I hate being called Sally, and he says,
yes.
Oh, Sally Ann hates when you drop the Ann because that's 1/2 second that you're not talking about her.
That's good. That's a good joke.
Oh, and my sister fucking lost it because she knows how much I love attention. And it was one of those. It's like. That's why I do roast battles, because I really like people holding a mirror up to you and be like, we noticed this about you. And you're like, oh, I thought, woo.
And it's good it seems fun for the camaraderie of the comedy community. Like, you get to make fun of people, but it's because you know them well enough to make fun of them.
And here's the thing. Me and that guy didn't know each other very well, so we had to do research, which is also fun.
How do you do research for a roast battle?
Well, ask friends, basically just online.
Yeah.
I couldn't find much about him online, and I made fun of that.
Yeah.
But he would just look. And here's the thing. This is like a really cool comedy thing that I very much love, is that when we're roasting people, we will email each other and give each other, be like, ammo.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, anything about you? And he's like, yeah. And he told me all these facts about him.
Nice.
I told him all these embarrassing facts about me because we just want a good show. And so I do love roast battles. And roast battles is another way that I've gotten like bookings and comedy clubs.
Yeah, it's a good way to promote. It's a good way to get out there.
Because a bunch of comedians are watching you. So
Yeah.
if you do well in front of them, they'll be like, hey, do you want to do my show?
Yeah, that's true.
So I've gotten a lot from roast battles. And it was a really scary thing at first. But now I've done like hundreds of roast battles.
Yeah, like looking back on coming to the city, you said 5 years ago?
8 years
years
ago.
ago.
I started comedy about 5 years ago.
You started comedy 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So starting back from 5 years when you first started doing comedy and looking at yourself now, are you just like, oh my God, like I'm so much more comfortable, I'm so much more confident, and has it improved other parts of your life? Like being so confident and being so much more, polished and ready to go. Like you can hop on stage and just do 10, 15 minutes in front of a crowd. And I mean, like, would Sally Ann from Alaska be so proud of you?
I think, comedy was always my favorite thing. And so my thing when I moved to the city is I would just see a bunch of comedy. That was my favorite thing to do. So I never thought that I would ever do that. So if I could tell myself, I'm like, yeah, you're going to actually try to do it for a living, I would be like terrified and be like, what are you thinking?
Who do you like? Like who when you were a kid did you watch and say like, oh, they do stand up, I want to be stand up like
Sarah Silverman's probably all-time favorite. But I don't remember liking her that much as a kid because I didn't get her as much. Now I get her. And I'm like, you are so funny. Who did I like growing up? Honestly, I'm sorry to say it. Really like Louis C.K. Of course, everybody fucking did. Jim Jeffries, weirdly, is one of my favorite comics, even though he's very popular for being misogynistic. But I think he's an amazing joke writer, an amazing storyteller. Yeah. I love his whole thing. And I think he evolves with the times, which is really, really important in comedy.
And it's fun having someone who's not an American talk about American things.
Oh, yeah.
So much,
He's a great outsider perspective.
Great outsider perspective.
Absolutely. And even though his material, a lot of it is like, I don't relate to it, but I can see that there is mastery done in concocting it. So, but as far as like favorite comedians, Kumail Nanjiani, Chelsea Peretti, Amy Schumer, funny. Huge influence of mine. Just I've never when mostly sex stuff came out, and I just saw a woman just talk about all that fucking dirty shit. I literally was like shaken to my core. I was like, that's the most, and so that very much is like when I started comedy. I'm like, I want to be that. Yeah, that's great. And I don't think we're very similar now, but like you grow but she also grows and evolves as an artist, which I do appreciate.
Yeah. And now you're doing the acting.
I'll be sent out an audition. Like I'm not like no one's gonna be like there's an off-Broadway play. Can you play the abused woman? Like no, I'm not going out for anything like that. But they're like, we need a mom to smirk at the camera a little bit, and I'm like, you got it.
You could be a smirky mom in a Paul Olive ad.
I mean, like my dream job would be like you write your own TV show, star in it, like all the I mean, like I'd fucking love that shit.
The Sally Ann Show.
The Sally Ann Show.
That'd be fun.
I can hear people cringing already, like, ugh, most annoying program ever.
They could do a reboot of something that's already been done. That's what they always do.
The Sally Ann Show.
You can be on that.
Oh, I mean, honestly, but like a late night talk show host would be great too. They need a woman.
They tried that already. That only lasted with Michelle Wolf. I liked that show.
Oh, but I thought it was a great show. But that was streaming. I mean, like on a fucking network.
Yeah,
like NBC.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that could happen.
I think it will.
Maybe in like 30 years? We got to wait for one of those guys
one of the Jimmies to retire.
Jimmies, yeah.
The James or the Jimmy.
One of the Jimmies or the Jameses.
Yeah.
They'll get, something terrible could happen. Who knows?
Better watch where you're going, Jimmy.
I know. You're going to start like sneaking behind the Jimmies. So you have to tell a funny, awkward, cringeworthy story. Do you have any?
Oh, God. I have one that happened a couple weeks ago. This was the weirdest gig I've ever done. So 2 days a week, I am a singing bartender.
Really?
At a gay piano bar called the Duplex in the West Village.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, it's very fun. And so we have a lot of regulars there. And I'm not a wonderful singer, but I have a fan, this Brazilian woman who just comes in super drunk and just goes, sing fly me to the moon, and then gives me about $100. And I'm like, okay, not one of the songs I sing, but sure, I'll do it. I'll do anything for $100. I've done
Welcome to New York.
I've done a lot more for a lot less. I don't know. So anyway, she just for some reason loves me. She works for a very fashionable clothing brand in Brazil. And she said, I have clients. I'm going to be coming in for a client dinner. I would love for you to sing for us. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Awesome. Fuck yeah. I never get singing gigs. Totally. And she was like, I want you to sing New York, New York. I'm like, all right, fine. Not like one of my better songs, but I can do it, you know? And then, so I show up at the restaurant, and it's not like a stage. There's no band. There's no piano. It's just a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's just a table of people in a huge dining room on a Saturday night full of hundreds of people. And I'm like, is there a microphone? She's like, no, just come to our table and sing a cappella.
You're like a singing telegram girl.
And I was like, what? And then but I wasn't dressed in, so they gave me a dress to wear. It was like a huge, long, like super expensive dress that covers me from like neck to toe. And she like made me wear heels and like made me wear a lot of makeup.
She was dressing you up like a doll?
Well, they were a fashion people.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Anyway, and so she's like, okay. And they shut off the music for the whole restaurant. And she's like, come out. And then it's just a bunch of like old billionaire Brazilian people. And I'm like, excuse me. And everyone in the restaurant starts looking at me because the music got shut off. And the music was like, and then I'm just like, hi, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome to me.
And then I just go, start spreading the news. And I start snapping. And they all just look at me like, what the fuck is happening? And I have to sing the whole song in abject silence. And they're just looking at each other like, is this real? They're trying not to laugh. I'm not on. And like the waiters are walking around me because I'm standing in the aisle at a busy 5-star fucking restaurant. And the woman who hired me is just like, oh my God, who's this? What is this surprise? And I'm like, you are not fucking helping. Anyway, so I finished. I'm like, it's up to you, New York, New York. And then they clap, but then I go into the second verse and they're all like, no, they're so upset. And I'm like, why did I do the second verse? I didn't have to do the second verse. And so I just doubled down and I'm like, if I can make it there, come on. And everyone's like, what? We're Brazilian. We don't know the words.
Yeah, this isn't our song.
Oh, and they just started recording me on their phone. So there is some very embarrassing footage of me. It's very hard to embarrass me. But after that, they were like, brava. And I just went away and I just in a corner and I just sat down and was like, what the fuck did I just do? It was like, and then they just resumed and all the waiters were like, what an inspiring performance. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm a waiter too. Shut up.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So that was,
that's a great story. So
yeah,
that's on YouTube someplace.
I'm sweating just thinking about it. Just like, because they made me hide in the corner. They're like, I want you to be a surprise. So I'm like crouching in this corner so they don't see. It's so ridiculous. But I got paid $300. Boom.
It's great. And this happened recently.
Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago. And I'm just like, this is how I make like when people are like, do you make money off comedy? I'm like, no, but weird things happen to me.
Weird things happen and I get paid. So yes, it becomes comedy.
Yeah, I'm like,
I make money talking about the weird things that do pay. That counts.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I have $300. No one would pay $300 for like, 2 minutes of my comedy, but for an awkward song, oh boy.
Yeah, there you go. You take it where you can go.
So if anyone needs a singer for a restaurant, I know a really great girl.
And then people can go see you at Duplex.
Yes, that's a great. I work Thursdays and Saturdays at Duplex, so come and
and you sing with like a pianist.
Yes, I do. It's like you have to audition to work there. It's a very intense place.
That sounds fancy.
So yeah, so that's nice. And I got that. They hired me because I was a stand-up. They're like, oh, I do more like the karaoke songs. Yeah. I'm not singing those fucking ballads from Broadway. Oh, no way.
So check her out at Duplex. Your next show, Left Breast Comedy, is
at the Lantern. At the Lantern, 8 p.m. on October 17th.
And do people need to buy tickets?
No, but no, it's a free show. You just buy an item. So just show up and be ready to laugh. Last one, we had like 30 dudes there, and it was very uncomfortable.
Is it all female comics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was a bunch of dudes who they were like, I was like, is this a bachelor party? And they were like, yeah, but you're no stripper. I'm like, wow.
Wow, yikes.
So don't be that, but show up.
Don't be such a cis male. Look at me using it correctly.
Boom.
Pretty good. Today's podcast is brought to you by Swill, a liquor store in your pocket. Go to getswill.com and use code FUNNY5 for $5 off your first order. It's a great app.
Oh, I'm going to fucking use that. I'm like, $5 off liquor? Hi.
It lets you price compare from liquor stores around you. So you could buy a type of gin and say, oh, well, they sell it for less. I'm going to buy it from them. I know. It's a good thing. It's very interesting.
I'm going to get it.
The next Guaranteed Delivery show is November 7th, so make sure you check out that. Go to guaranteeddelivery.tv. And sign up for the Weekly Humorist e-newsletter. Go to weeklyhumorist.com and read all of the hilarious things. Get digital issues every week. And get emails practically every day if you sign up for the email. They never stop. It's almost every single day of the week. We'll get you on there, Sally Ann.
I would love to.
You'll get emails every single day from me. It's going to be fantastic.
I don't get enough emails, so this is perfect.
Perfect. Well, this has been Talkward. Thanks for listening. I'm Marty Dundix, editor-in-chief of Weekly Humorist Magazine. Thank you, Sally Ann Hall, for being here. Follow her on Twitter at Super Sally Ann.
And on Instagram at Hollaback Earl.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be impossible to figure out. How do you spell that?
Hall, like my last name.
Back.
HALLABACKEARL. Hollaback Earl.
Okay, we're going to have that on weeklyhumorist.com when we post this, so you can find it easily. It's going to be much easier than that. This has been Talkward. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.